Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the Bad Meets Evil one shot. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm very nervous and very excited to be doing this. Um, oh boy. Hold on. Let me just check and make sure that my sound is where it's supposed to be. Can everybody hear me? All right. Players, can you hear me? All right. Chat, can you hear me? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Uh, kill all the heroes. Jesus, we got villains in the chat too. Hi everybody, I am your storyteller for today, Noir. I go by he, they. We have a fantastic story to tell you, with some rather, let's say, morally scrupulous individuals. Um, and to get started, we're going to get started by showing the most important part of any story, which are the people that make it happen. So, I like to work on a popcorn system. Who would like to introduce themselves and their villain? If you don't volunteer, you will get voluntoed.
Well, I object to the appellation of villain. It seems terribly prescriptive, but I'm Sam DeLev.
Mm-hmm.
I will never admit to being a villain, and neither will Dr. Kindly.
All right, we've got Dr. Kindly. Uh, we're gonna popcorn, so you get to pick the next villain, not villain, to introduce themselves.
Torment, darling, say hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh my god.
My name My name is Cujo. Pronouns he, him. Tonight I'll be playing Trevor, but let's be honest, you'll know me as Torment. Harbinger, darling.
Yes, dear. Hi, hello, good evening, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. My pronouns are she, they, and I will be playing Annabelle Reese, also known as Harbinger. Affliction, dearest.
Hello. I am LB Hackamup, and I'm going to be playing Affliction, and maybe her patron if it comes up. But yeah, I go by she, her. Affliction is she, they. And PJ, round it out.
Bow,
And
all
PJ,
ye
round it out.
immortals, and I shall lift your head
And
to the sky.
PJ.
I am Tyr, god of justice, brother of Thor, son of Odin. And I am being played by PJ, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens when a god of justice is just so pissed.
All right, well, those are our protagonists for today. And we are just going to start by getting into the story. It is a cool night in the city of Chicago. And on our first panel, we see a armored individual in silver and white armor that has a general black theme. There is a cross in the center of their armor plate, and they are watching the city. You hear a voice over their comm. There's been a lot of word in the underground saying there's something major happening tonight. The armored individual goes, "Oh no, I'm aware. I know exactly where it's happening, and I know exactly what to do about it." The voice over the comm goes, "Well, you always got a plan for everything. I'll leave it to you. I don't know what you've got planned, but if you need backup, I won't." All right, Saint. I hear a silent alarm in the museum, so I'm gonna go take care of it. Saint? Just once I'd like for him to say goodbye. The page turns and we see a fellow in a brown trench coat, um, flying with he's got a domino mask and a fedora, and you see him flying towards the Field Museum. Uh, his super senses hear the silent alarm that is blaring, voo, voo, and he comes flying through one of the open windows on the ceiling. He looks down, and Affliction, tell me what our hero sees.
So, as this darkness of the museum is sort of taken over, his vision, his eyes adjust, there is a darker corner. And as the movement of the shadow enters, you see a form beginning to shape. It is a 5'2" small girl in like black, almost Lolita style outfit. She's wearing a veil over her head with long flowing white hair. Her fingers are tipped in black as she is moving in towards the center of the room, where there is a set of chains along a large statue that she seems to be heading towards.
You hear from the shadows. I'm afraid the museum's closed, but you can come back tomorrow. I hear there's a fine exhibit on the Egyptian mummies.
The old ways do not adhere to me. Who are you?
Well, they call me the Explorer, and I know where one is supposed to explore and where one is not supposed to be exploring, and you are not supposed to be exploring here. He immediately pulls out a whip, and he goes, so we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
I wonder how many gallons will spill before you pass out, and I can explore your insides.
Hard way it is. Um, he is going to make a melee attack against you. Now, just for those new to the Marvel system, essentially every stat that you have has a defense score. That means that there is a defense score against punching you, throwing things at you, attempting to read your mind, poisoning you, all that kind of stuff. The stats in this game are melee, agility, resilience, vigilance, ego, and logic. Yes, it spells Marvel. So, I need to ask you, Affliction, what is your melee defense? It'll be right next to your melee score.
A 10.
Okay. And so, our hero here is going to go ahead and snap his whip at you in an attempt to stop you. And they rolled a 12. Now, they're not going for damage. What they're going for is wrapping you up. So, with that 12, he was able to successfully wrap you up. You're going to need to either break a 12 melee or a 12 agility to get out. Or you may have a power that allows you to do such instead. So, it is now your turn. Please, Affliction, tell me what you would like to do.
I have an ability that is called Leech Life. I make an ego attack against their resilience defense. And if I succeed, I'm going to do some damage to them, and it's going to heal me.
Okie dokie. So go ahead and roll your ego attack. So every stat, well, not every stat, melee, agility, ego, and logic all have attack buttons on the character sheet. So if you press the attack button, which is the DM times whatever number, not only will it roll to see if it hits, but it'll also roll for damage all in one fell swoop.
Okie dokie. That's at 11 against his ego.
And his ego is only 10. So, tell me what this looks like.
So as she is wrapped up in this whip, she begins to chuckle to herself, and the shadow that is at her feet grows. And it kind of goes over her, and as it does, from the shadow, a gauntleted hand reaches out and grabs him by the throat as it begins to claw in and leech his life from him.
We turn the page and we hear, and we see the skin tightening against bone, and the onomatopoeia written around the character's voice gets smaller and faint. And there's nothing but a husk left in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
In your
She
mind.
She rubs the hand that is next to her and pats it. And she says, "There wasn't enough blood that time."
In your mind's eye, you see moments of this hero's life. They acquired their powers during an excavation where they found an artifact. The artifact that they wear on their person. The artifact that seemed to stop giving the explorer power the moment it encountered your entity, as if it wanted to be acquired.
Oh, a freebie. She's going to pick it up. We'll wrap it around her waist. Oh, no, she's going to skip out of there with it. She's totally going to Catwoman it.
As you start to skip away, the husk rises, eyes glowing red, and you hear in a familiar voice, one that would send shudders down the spine of anyone else, but to you, it's like a warm blanket. You hear, "Very good. More."
She giggles.
And with that, we turn the page. Now, Tyr, you've lived for a very long time. How do you find yourself here in the city?
Guardians aren't strangers to building homes amongst the mortals. Through a veil of magic, I have built myself New Jotunheim for the giants and for myself. So, with a simple wish of magic and technology, I can cross my veil, my kingdom at any point in time, and step into Chicago, as I do today.
So does a piece of your new world appear in Chicago? Or does the whole place manifest within the city?
New Jotunheim lives in almost like a pocket portal, yeah?
Ooh.
Through the veil. All you see of it is just me walking into Chicago out of thin air. To walk through that veil, of course, you need my permission. And if you don't have it, well, you're not getting in.
The moment you step out, you see armed men, armed to the teeth in magically enchanted riot gear. You recognize some of the arcane sigils on their weapons, and a man in a suit comes from behind, moving a couple of the soldiers away. "Hey, we've got enough with the mutant freak problem. We don't need some hocus pocus coming into the city. Your entrance sent our sensors, sent our precogs crazy. So I don't know what plans you've got here, but turn around and go the fuck back where you came from."
So Tyr has stepped into this world wearing this really sharp blue pinstripe suit with a big fur mantle connected by a golden chain. His left hand is cupped. His hair is jet black with salt and pepper on the sides, and that long, flat, very well-groomed beard has a nice white strip here, piercing blue eyes.
And as he steps out, 6'7", 5'10" of pure Asgardian muscle, he kind of looks around. And in this instant, there's this light that moves through him, and he is now in Asgardian chainmail with a similar fuzzy curled mantle. No actual torso covering, just covered in Asgardian runes, chainmail and nothing else. And he looks around. Last I checked, those mutant freaks have the same rights as you do. And if they don't, well, then they're going to. And if I'm not mistaken, you seem to threaten me. Yeah? Is that it?
He looks back to the armed crew and go, Asgardian Protocol 4B6 Alpha Sigma. And you see one of the soldiers presses a button on the watch, and there is just the sound of a massive engine overhead. And he smiles. Listen here, baby Thor. We're very well aware of your type. And we've been preparing for you. This ain't New York. So, turn around and go the fuck back to where you came from. Or we'll see just how many sons an Asgardian can take before they barbecue his ass.
Under his breath, Tyr says, so it's violence then. It's always violence that they choose. And out loud, he looks to him and he says, you're mistaken. I'm not surrounded by a threat. I'm surrounded by fear and dead men. And I'm going to activate a massive telekinetic sphere to blow them all back with logic damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll that attack. The number for these grunts is just 12. They only have 30 hit points. So let's see if you're able to take them out in one fell swoop. There are 6 of them that you have to deal with.
Okay. So my logic is all my most of my TK stuff is based on my logic. So I'm gonna roll the 3d6 now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So it's 4s across the board.
Okay.
So that means it's 12.
Yep, that'll do it.
Cool, because
that
it
means
gets
it's
worse.
4 times whatever your logic modifier is.
It's 4 times 7 plus 7.
Tell me what this looks like as you, with a thought, evaporate a special force unit that is specifically designed to wrangle up metas.
So that cupped hand, I lift that hand, the hand that I gave to Fenrir as a sign of integrity and good faith, that hand that no longer exists, starts to crackle to life with energy. You see a hand of pure light form. And with that, I simply count them all, and I just gesture, be gone. And with that, you see an army of Asgardian soldiers made of pure telekinetic energy making a phalanx from me and just slaughtering them left, right, and center.
All of them fall, save the one in the suit. He falls to a knee, but he's still standing. And he looks at you. Okay. Alright. Maybe not so, baby Thor. But if you drop me, they're just gonna send somebody faster, stronger. And one way or another, we'll have your fucking head.
Yeah. Because that's what they do. Now, if you want mercy, I can give you an opportunity to finally do something righteous. But if you want violence, I can make them send that replacement of yours twice as fast. The choice is yours, as it always is. Stand up for something good for once, or just be another boot.
He struggles to his feet. It's taking great effort, but he walks towards you. He's almost face to face, and he offers you his hand.
I extend the real hand and I take him by the hand and I say, "Welcome, soldier,
And
to the resistance."
he spits in your face and goes, "I choose fucking wrath." And then you hear deet deet deet. And that will be 4 points of damage as this explosion.
I'm going to activate my level 4 telekinetic protection, which has an armor of 40, so I take none.
and and so you're just there in a mess. Welcome to Chicago.
They're lucky their food is good here, because this is bullshit.
And we turn the page. The night is chilly and the moon is high. Where do we find Harbinger?
This is my fucking city. Born and raised here. Sometimes I just like to see the old hood, you know? The south side.
Okay. You see all the familiar pastimes of the South Side. There are folks out and about. There's the town. There's the barber shop. There are people sitting out in front of it, boombox blasting. The park right across the street. You can see barbecues and parties starting to wind down, and of course there is an obnoxiously obscene police presence. And it is your keen senses that hear off in the distance. I didn't do anything, man. Leave me alone. Hey, where you been, huh? 'Cause we hear that there's somebody that looks just like you causing trouble, and then we found you. So I've been with my family all day. I was just going to get something to drink for the party. The party's right down there. You can fucking see it. Oh, boy, I wouldn't talk to me like that if I were you.
Oh, God. They always. Is it? Storyteller, is it the end of the month? Is that what's happening? Is CPD out to fill their fucking quota?
Oh, it is. Lots of people getting tickets for shit they didn't do. A lot of people getting their car towed for very skeevy reasons. In Chicago.
And storyteller, if I follow the voices and the threat of violence, what would I find?
You see a kid, just a kid, who's being treated like a adult, who's being treated like a criminal. And this kid is doing everything he can to keep his composure. But your keen senses smell the sweat, and you see the trembling of his hands. You're also keenly aware of the smell of, gunpowder. You can hear the accelerated heartbeat of the officers, and you see their hands lingering above their holsters. They're looking for a reason.
So, I'll step out into the fading street lamp. And what is revealed is a black woman, solidly built, with hair that's just a little too wild, nails that are just a little too sharp, teeth that are just a little too fang-like, dressed in a way that is almost your standard classic punk, with the Doc Martens and the blue jeans and the black t-shirt and the battle jacket with patches and pins and badges. 3 CPD badges on the lapel. And a whistle to get their attention.
They look at you and go, "What the fuck do you want?"
I think the kid told you what he was up to, officers. Now, is he under arrest?
We're conducting an investigation.
Is he under arrest?
If you don't turn around, we're gonna need to see some ID.
You don't need to see shit, piggy.
Immediately, gun drawn and pointed at you.
Oh. You're gonna wish you hadn't done that.
One step closer. That's all we need. Take one more step. The kid is looking at you, trembling, shaking, tears in his eyes, and he goes, "Just go!"
Are they fully focused on me?
He says that, and one of them turns towards him.
Nope. I'm gonna go after the one that's focused on the kid.
I'm not gonna make you make a roll for this. You tell me what you do to this motherfucker.
It's a blur of leather and denim and a snarl that is too deep and resonant to be entirely human. The shot goes off, but it pings off the brick, and there's a crunch of bone as I shatter this bastard's wrist.
You just hear immediately, "Fuck! Fuck!" and the other one starts shooting. Now, here's the thing about werewolves. Really, really thick hides. So, in this moment of panic, I am going to give them double trouble on their shot at you. Now, for those unaware of how this system works, if you know advantage and disadvantage, well, you pretty much get the concept of what trouble and age is. This is a 3d6 system, so if you have trouble, you are forced to re-roll the highest number. Double trouble means that you do it twice. Age means that you get to re-roll the lowest number. If you have double edge, you do it twice, and of course, edge and trouble cancel out. So, I'm gonna roll, and then we're gonna adjust the roll in accordance to the trouble. Here we go. So they rolled a 2, 4, and a 1, which I automatically know is a miss. But for hilarity's sake, we're gonna do trouble on the 4, which drops it to a 3. Double trouble means we do it again. It's a 3 again. The shots. You know what? The shots technically miss, but you tell me how you want this to look. They've shot, and the shots are harmless. But if you want to just tank them, or if you want them to miss, that is your choice.
Oh, storyteller, I can tank them easily. You see, one of my abilities is sturdy. I am protected as if by steel.
You're walking closer, and they're shooting until the terrifying sound of click, click, click can be heard. The kid on the ground is looking at this, terrified. And then he goes, "Fucking kill him! Fucking kill him!"
Get out of here, kid.
Go! And he scurries off.
Are they both out? Are they both empty?
They are both empty. One of them is pissing his pants, and the other one is trying to reload his magazine, which is terribly difficult to do with those shattered wrists.
Yeah. So the one that's relieved himself, I'm going to quite literally grab him by the collar and throw him into the dumpster next to me. And then I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let this son of a bitch get his gun loaded. And I would like to give him the opportunity to raise that weapon.
And he the whole time he's struggling through gritted teeth trying to make this happen.
Oh,
The magazine's not quite going in the slot, and the dexterity needed to make it happen is just not there with his wrist. And he goes, "You think this makes a fucking difference?"
I'm fucking waiting, sweetie.
What are you, some kind of mute freak?
You could say that. And I'll let him get the gun up, and I will dart forward faster than he can even perceive until the muzzle of that gun is pressed right between my eyes. Come on. Come on. Come on. You already emptied one clip. It didn't do shit. What do you think it's gonna do, huh? Come on, baby.
He pulls the
Yeah.
trigger with triple trouble. Oh my god, this is oh boy. Oh boy. Muzzle to the center of your face, the gun goes off. The thing is, if you shoot a piece of steel, gun directly to steel, well, ding! Gun goes flying out of his hands, and you see a gush of blood come from the hand as there is backfire. Fucking do it. Do it, you crazy bitch. I don't give a shit. One way or another, we will get you. Mutant. Black. It's only a matter of fucking time.
I'm sure it is. But until such time, I'm gonna take as many of you motherfuckers down with me, and the claws on my left hand extend to something unnatural and inhuman, and I drive my fist into his chest.
Before that happens, roll me an ego check with triple edge.
Oh god, how do I do that?
So you're going to roll on roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna hover over the lowest number. Since they're all fives, you're gonna pick the middle one because that's your Marvel die. If that becomes either a 6 or if that becomes a 6, great, it means more. But if it becomes a Marvel, that means it's fantastic, which is critical in this system.
Okay. I did an edge, and I got another 19 total apparently,
So you get to do it 2 more times because you have triple edge.
and that's a 20.
One more. Okie dokie. So 20 it is. He sees the claws extend. And you've done this before. But that's not where his eyes are focused. In his last moments, you see that his eyes are affixed to one of the badges you're wearing. You killed Roscoe.
I did. And I enjoyed every second of it.
I'll see you in hell.
See you there, baby.
Tell me what this looks like.
It is. It's like pushing my hand through a wet paper bag and pulling out a piece of overripe fruit.
Everybody at the table, you get one karma. just everybody has been. I've loved all of these so much, and we're not even done yet. We turn the page. The last thing we see is Harbinger adding one more badge to the collection. Dr. Kindly, where do we find you?
Oh, at night?
Mm-hmm.
How late at night are we?
Well, it's a comic, so we can go a little before or a little after anyone here. So what time do you think we would find Dr. Kindly in the most interesting situation?
It's just I'm a bit of a morning person. I have clinic tomorrow. I will need to get to bed early. But there was a house call I wanted to make. I saw a patient, but she missed her follow-up. And I'm a little concerned. So I've scheduled a house call, and, well, I suppose right now would be finding me arriving.
And it's you're on the outskirts of Chicago. You're by like Schaumburg, like a suburb, hoity-toity, and there is a 3-story house. It's really nice. There's an old classic car in the driveway, and right behind it there's a Tesla. And as they see you come in, there is a rather skinny, frail, older gentleman with, he's got a comb over. Those last 3 strands are fighting for their life. And he's got thick Coke bottle glasses. And as he sees you coming towards the door, immediately has it open for you. Dr. Kindly, we've been waiting for you. It's always so good to see you. Mabel has been looking forward to seeing you.
Well, I know that my profession is the kind of help one hopes never to need. But nonetheless, I'm here.
Well,
And what all is going on?
well, it's not looking great, and I just want to spend a little bit more time. Can I get you anything? A tea, drink, coffee, soda, pop?
Little... What's the difference?
Well, you seem to be from out of town. Some people call it soda, some people call it pop. I try to be hospitable.
I appreciate it. Which one is it here?
It's soda. Can you tell I hate Schauberg? It's soda.
Well, I suppose professional conduct would preclude me encouraging too much soda or pop. But if you have a little bit of water, I would love that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Ice, no ice?
I'm indifferent. It hydrates all the same.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you know where to find Mabel, and I'll bring it up to you. And he goes.
Are you doing all right?
I'm doing just fine. I'll let you.
You're
roll.
putting a brave face on it, aren't you?
Roll me a vigilance check.
Okay.
I'll give you. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna you roll this with edge.
No, I do have a clinician.
Yeah.
18.
He is sad, but also a little excited.
Interesting. Any dimensionality to the excitement or direction? Does it feel tied to Mabel, to me, to something else?
It's like a long wait is finally over.
I see. I'm going to go check on Mabel now.
Right. I'll go. I'll bring you your water.
Thank you so much.
And you go up the stairs and you see Mabel. Her room has been decked out in medical equipment. You know, at this point, it's more about keeping Mabel comfortable than anything. I mean, she has shrunk in size. But with great effort, the moment you walk through the threshold, her head turns and you see a big old smile. And there's an attempt at words, but the strength just isn't there.
Oh, you chatterbox, at least let me say hello first. I'll come sit by bedside. I know we doctors are supposed to be above it all, but I did worry when you missed your appointment. I guess I can see weren't really feeling up to coming into the clinic.
It just
Yeah.
a head shake.
Well, that's why those cars have wheels. Was there any symptom in particular that precluded you? Were you feeling tired, weak? Was there pain?
He tries to talk again, and as soon as the attempt is made, you hear, "I got the water!"
Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. I don't suppose you have anything to nosh on. I got up these stairs. I suddenly realized I've completely drove across town past dinner time.
Feeling a bit peckish? Well, we have just the thing. I just made a fresh batch of granola.
After my own heart. Thank you so much.
I picked the cranberries myself.
Where can one get cranberries around here? That's remarkable. I'm looking forward to trying it. Thank you.
I'll be right back. And there is just the tiniest awkward look between him and Mabel. And then he turns around and spins on his heel and goes.
I'm going to lean in very, very closely with my ear near Mabel so that speaking wouldn't be too much of an effort. What's going on there?
He is up to something.
Understood. Mabel, I'm here to take care of you.
You see, this is a tough old lady, and she points at a desk.
What's in the desk? I'm going to investigate. Please tell me what's on the desk.
Legal documents, lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now how long have you been working with Mabel?
Oh, not terribly long at all. It's only
Mm-hmm.
been a few weeks.
There's been a grant of power of attorney all of a sudden.
I see.
You also see a budget. Um, you see plans for an exorbitant amount of wealth. And then you hear, Granola?
I close the door. Oh, perfect. It's really very kind of you. I'm sorry to impose.
It's nothing really. Um, so what you looking at?
Oh, just checking through it. I'm getting the sense there might be some environmental contaminants that are exacerbating Mabel's symptoms, and since this appears to be the room she spends most of her time in, due diligence, I do have to check it out.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
What'll it cost?
No.
I just, I'm. Listen, I'm taking care. I just, just making plans for the future is all.
Is that true?
You hear, you don't hear, you just see.
I'm going to look over, usually on hospital beds, even the ones that you have in the house, there's a nice little place where you can have the clipboard with the chart looking things over. I'm going to pick that up. Looking through of the various medications here, are there opportunities for introduction of toxic substances?
Roll me a logic check. I'm going to give you triple edge on this.
Thank you. It will also be +5 on or +4 on what we see on the result.
Jesus.
The system doesn't quite accommodate. So 1, 2, 3. So that'll be 26.
So, in your travels and in your various experiments, you have come across individuals with very subtle powers. An average doctor would have missed this. An average doctor would have just looked at the chart. Everything is as it should be. But you notice that whatever affliction Mabel has is being aggravated, and not by an environmental change, not even by normal physiology. This is a very, very, very subtle power. It's an insidious and subtle power.
I'm going to take a bit of a time out, Nor.
And the condensation on the glass of water that you got stops moving. The hard, ragged breathing of Mabel stops. The nervous pacing of the caretaker also stops. Outside, we see a bird mid flight, stuck in the air.
Now, the important thing as I'm looking through my bag is to find something with a bit of a poetry to it. This isn't the. No, certainly not the potassium chloride. That's very quick. I think we're looking for something with low first pass metabolism. I don't want to crash the liver immediately. Acute acetaminophen toxicity. That's 4 days. No. I think we could go slower here. Of mine own design. This will take probably a week, but it's not going to be pleasant after day 2. Anyway, I'm going to inject that.
You eject it, and he's none the wiser. Just standing there, stuck in this moment.
I'm going to change the saline bags while I'm here, all of that, and no, we're done.
Everything goes back to normal. I'm just riding out what's naturally a. What did you do?
I'm going to need to admit, Maple, for observation. It looks like chelation therapy might be indicated, but really I think we might need to get her away from these environmental contaminants.
I can hear them. There's something wrong. What did you do? I can hear my cells. What did you do?
I'm just here to help.
You know what his power is. He can change the way cells communicate with each other, and he can communicate with his body on a molecular level. And now, for the next week, he gets to hear himself die, one piece at a time.
Maple, I'm going to call some medical transport. You're going to come with me. You're going to be all right.
I can't stop this. I hear them screaming. What did you do? And the last thing we see as you take Mabel away, the last thing we see on this comic panel are the words written over this dainty suburban house. What did you do? We turn the page, and we find Torment. Torment, where do we find you?
Oh, around probably near Millennium Park. I'm feeling a bit of a stroll. It's a wonderful night after all. I might be following someone, might not be. Haven't quite decided yet if they're worth my time yet.
Well, you're walking around Millennium Park, and you could hear the sounds of the orchestra practicing, as they tend to do in warm summer days all the way up into the cool summer nights. There are people dancing and playing around in the fountain, and there is still an obnoxiously large crowd by the beam. 1 second. It's called the beam. Fuck Cloudgate. Oh, sorry.
They're right, though.
Okay. It's fine. I
and
can
it's-
recover from this.
It's very easy to be lost in this sea of people. And that's exactly what you are. You are in this sea of people.
Now then. I'm going to weave through this little crowd to approach someone who may have worked on the raft at some point, someone who may have some information that I need.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Let me see. What are your traits? Let me pull that up.
My traits. Let's see. Bloodthirsty, berserker, anathema, connections, abrasive, battle ready.
Okay, I got you. So it's your connections that that have hooked you up here. You not only find this guard who is notorious for having, let's just say, a heavy hand, but you find him with someone that sure doesn't look like his wife.
For the chat, Trevor looks like a nightmare of a human. Skinny, lithe. There's not an ounce of fat on his body, so his muscles just sort of protrude from his skin. He's got many unsightly scars, many unsightly tattoos. Some look like they had been fucked up in the middle of being etched into his skin. He's got 2 almost identical scars that go across his eyes, almost as if the flesh had been flayed. He could still see perfectly, though. Totally fine. But he's got this shock of black hair that is gnarled and ratty. But he is going to approach these 2 from behind and put his arms around both of them like, oh, isn't it a wonderful night out on the town? What do you think, Wallace?
Fuck. His partner looks and goes, Wally? Wally, shut up.
Oh, ooh, Wally. Rough talk for your partner. Not your wife, though. That definitely caught me off guard. But
Wife
still.
and his partner is now glaring, and now Wallace is like looking panicked at both of you.
Yeah, it seems Wally has a bit of a commitment problem. I would leave now.
She gets up to go leave, and he immediately grabs at her hand. Don't leave me.
Now, Wally. And using some of my inherent strength, I'm just going to take one finger and just start bending it back until there's a pop, and it's enough for his grip to let go.
He immediately lets go. And, fuck! And like he gets down to his knee, holding that finger, and she looms over him and goes, fuck you, Wallace. And walks away.
Did nobody teach you to keep your hands to yourself, Wallace?
What are you gonna
What kind
do?
of education are they using these days?
What are you gonna do? Kill me in front of all these people?
Oh, no, that would be a little extreme. No, first, you're going to tell me where he is. And then I'm going to kill you in front of all of these people.
Help! Help!
You know, I really hate when they just want to make things.
He freaks out. Everyone hears his cries for help, and 2 of the security guards, I am going to make them roll resilience to see if they heard that. To see if discretion is the better part of valor today.
I suppose that's a wonderful thing to go for.
They have to roll higher than 13 in order to
Mm.
choose to do their job. These aren't cops. These are rent-a-cops. They're just there to make sure kids don't spray paint the bean. So here we go. One guy immediately says, "Nope, fuck this." And he rolled a critical. He just goes, "Ah, fuck, I just got this job. Hey!" And he pulls out a gun. "Don't fucking move, man."
Would you say that if I move, I'm dead, or some sort of stupid phrase you all use?
Uh, if you
Come on. Come on.
if you move, I'm gonna pop your ass.
You're. Darling.
Sorry.
I was really hoping you'd come up with something more original. And in that moment, Trevor's hand shoots out and a black ichor symbiote fires out and goes straight across his face. Would you like me to roll?
Roll agility and roll. Well, so you're gonna roll the attack on agility.
Okay.
All you have to
see.
beat is 11. This is a rent-a-cop.
How's an
Oh
18?
my god! And no, see, that's a fucking critical. Is what that is. So you all see now. Here is the deal. You have the bloodthirsty trait. Now I should tell you folks what traits are. So whenever you create a character in Marvel, you get a collection of traits and tags. These are things that help flesh out your character, and some of them have mechanics. For example, if you are a hero and you do overkill damage, well, the person that you did overkill is at 1 hit point and just unconscious. Now, the opposite of the heroic tag is the bloodthirsty tag. And that means that if you don't want to kill this guy, you're going to have to roll to try and contain yourself. But if you failed that, or you just choose not to, I can tell you that his hit points is exactly 30 hit points.
Funny how that works. As the symbiote has wrapped around his head, I'm going to start dragging it back and look over at Wallace. You see, I don't like repeating myself at all. All while this dude is being dragged literally by his head closer and closer. So you're going to tell me where Cassidy is, or this, and I'm going to squeeze the symbiote so it's just like a zit.
And there is no more ooh, it's just silent. Now, really quickly, check everybody, because I just want to make sure that we're all
we're good?
okay. All right, cool. We're villains, but we care about each other. This rent-a-cop goes slack, and Wallace, he can't bring himself to look at you. He just looks at the limp body being held by this black goo, and he goes, I don't know where he is. He went. He heard you looking for him. He went low. He went underground. Nobody knows where he is. He's gone dark, man. But listen. I've got my ear to the ground. So the moment he pops up, right? The moment he pops up, I could be your man on the inside. Just come on, man. Hey,
No, shh.
don't fucking
The
kill me.
musicians are practicing. We want to be respectful to the orchestra. Now, here's what we're going to do. Because I believe that you are an, mostly honest man, at least not in your marriage. So, I think we're going to play a little game. And as the symbiote has fully retracted back into his flesh, he just stands over him. I'm going to ask again. And if you feed me the same bullshit, we're going to play the game of pick a limb.
Come on, man. The symphony starts to play Dies Irae. It picks up. And he goes, I really don't know, man. I really don't know.
Ooh, that's bad. Wait, was it you're right-handed or left-handed? I can't remember.
I'm
You seemed to
ambidextrous.
really favor your right when you were really just laying it into everybody on the raft. And he's going to fire down another bit of symbiote so it completely crushes his wrist.
No roll required. In fact, I am going to say roll me an ego attack.
And 11.
So I wrote that just to see if he would lie, but he's too scared to even do that. Come on, man. I don't know anything. I don't fucking know anything. Don't kill me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did to Raph. Everybody was doing it.
I'm sorry. That almost sounded like you meant it. Okay. You know what? That's fine. It's fine. I see those little tears. So it's okay. It's okay. Just dry them off. Okay. You may not know, but you might know someone who does. So why don't you give me the name of who you talked to?
Right. Chief Reynolds. Chief Reynolds. He's the one in charge of all. He's in charge of all the take. He's the one that splits it out to everybody in the unit. I've got his phone number. I've got his address. I can give you anything you want. Just please don't fucking kill me. Please don't fucking kill me.
He's just gonna reach into his pocket and take his phone. Oh wait, you have Face ID. Hold
My
on.
passcode is 69.
Stop. I just need your Face ID. Stop crying. It's not registering. I like slap him a little bit. Like, stop it.
Okay, I'm sorry. the phone does that thing where it doesn't recognize you a couple of times, and he goes, "I got you." Just punch it in. And he punches it.
Fucking. Stop shaking. You hit the wrong
Sorry,
number.
my fucking wrist is broken. You fucking broke my fucking wrist.
You have a left hand, my friend.
I'm not good with my left hand. I lied when I said I was ambidextrous. And he puts it in.
Oh, thank God. I was going to quickly disable the security. Awesome. Thank you. And his number's right here. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
The symbiote crawls up to his neck, and his head turns completely around.
And then we turn the page. And that's where we're going to take our first break, everybody. I told you this is going to be a darker one. I really hope that you're okay. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And I hope to see you back. We're just gonna be human for the next 10 minutes. And then we'll be something else when we get back. Until then, see you. Embarrassing. Hello, everybody. We are back. We had a pretty fun break. We hope you did as well. I noticed that my captions were acting a little funny. So just show me a little bit of grace as I attempt to repair them here, which I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to sing you the song, my people, while I do it. I have no idea where this window is.
I was seriously... I was like, is that the Mario Star theme?
Kinda. All right, so we're back. And we are just going to get right back into it. We left our heroes after catching what a night in their lives looks like. And now we will see what their day looks like. And we will start with Harbinger. Where do you lay your head at night? Where do you sleep?
It's, well, it's not anything glamorous. but it's a roof and 4 walls. Um,
Still on the south
I
side?
spent just on the border, not too close, just to be safe.
Okay, all right. And so, when do you normally wake up?
It fully depends on what I've been up to the night before, but considering the previous night's activities, let's call it closer to noon.
Okay. And so it's noon, and you're slowly starting to get up. And at the foot of your bed, you see a woman with short, cropped hair, slicked back, two silver earrings, one green eye, one gray eye with black lipstick, black eyeshadow, a white pantsuit with a red tie. Good morning, darling, or shall I say, good afternoon.
Who the fuck are you?
No, not yet. Can I get you breakfast? Lunch? Rather?
I'm gonna ask again because you've entered my home.
Is that what you
Rather
call
than
this?
politely. Yeah, it's where I lay my head. It's my fucking home. Who the fuck are you?
Do you like BLTs?
Oh my god.
Or should I just make you beef tartare for the whole wolf thing?
Oh. So you're one of us?
God, no, no. But we've kept our eye on you and yours in the city.
Okay. I don't suppose you're gonna tell me what you want.
I simply want you to show up to a meeting. Everything that you need to know will be told to you there. I like BLT, so I've already started the bacon. I hope you don't mind. You didn't have tomatoes, but you know, we manage. She snaps her fingers and a ripe tomato appears in her hand. Don't
Okay.
act like you're not a little impressed.
Darling. One of my compatriots is a literal god.
Oh. Do you not want the BLT because you've had your fill of bacon last night?
Oh, you saw that?
I am not usually one for such unrestrained carnage, but it was a work of art. I really wanted to see just what you're like in the wild. I hope you don't mind the deception. Oh, right. I haven't exposed the deception yet, right? And you see a shimmer around her face, and you see the young man that was being accosted last night. Oh, help! Sorry. Oh, help! Help! I need help! I'm defenseless and oh, the bacon's done. And then she gets up and walks to your kitchen.
There's a very long, very put upon sigh. But I will get up. I will throw on some sweatpants and I will follow.
Usually sweatpants are rather pedestrian, but I must say you feel them out quite nicely. I made you a
You
sandwich.
mind?
Oh, I don't mind at all. You didn't have any orange juice, which I find goes best with BLT, but I did see some Kool-Aid.
Help yourself, babe.
Well, if there's permission to be given, I suppose there's permission to be had. You see the poor. Oh, right, of course. And she goes into her suit pocket and pulls out a little piece of paper with fine golden embroidery, and it has your name on it. Normally, the embroidery is silver, but we made adjustments out of respect. Yeah, nothing if not culturally sensitive.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Not a problem.
And
Well,
I'll take the item.
well, going to take my sandwich to go if you don't mind. There is one last matter that I'd like to. This isn't for the boss. This is more for myself. Can I see your collection?
My collection.
Yes, your collection.
Sure. I'll throw the invitation on the kind of rickety secondhand table in the kitchen. Go to a little side closet and pull the battle jacket out and just sort of toss it over the chair.
She looks at all the badges. She plucks one in particular, and there is a cool, non-plush disposition that she's worn the entire time. But looking at this badge, there is a look of disgust and then of pure, unadulterated glee. You certainly do fine work, I must say. Do you freelance? Can one perhaps contract you?
I'm expensive, princess.
I would certainly hope so. It'd be a waste to be as rich as I am if I didn't have something worth spending it on.
Fine. Give me the details. We'll work something out.
I'll have my people call your people, but if that is to be the case, there is just one error that I must correct you on. I'm not a princess, love. I'm a queen.
Apologies, Your Majesty, said with all of the sarcasm that I can muster in my body.
You know, we might have a position for you. But why don't you go to orientation first, and then we'll work out the details. Goodbye.
Toodles.
She gets up, takes her sandwich, takes the glass of Kool-Aid and goes, "You don't mind if I take this with me, do you?"
I'll just steal another one the next time I'm at the diner.
Wonderful. She walks out. And you've got the slip.
Just kind of stare for a moment and like, as previously stated, one of my compatriots is a literal Asgardian god, so it takes a lot for me to be sort of off-put, but I'm just sort of presently just, what fucking weirdos. Weirdos, all of them. But I will pick up the slip and pop it open.
To our distinguished guest, we would love to have you at the Dark Banquet, located at Sears Tower, floor negative 19.
there anything about a fucking dress code?
Nope.
Thank God. Alright. It's not like I got anything else better to do. I will sit down and dig into my sandwich.
It is awful. This person cannot cook. The bacon is burnt. The BLT is supposed to be bacon, lettuce, and tomato. There is. You're pretty sure that's spinach. It is not great.
I'm gonna spit my coffee.
Okay. Alright. No. That goes in the trash. I'm gonna find breakfast somewhere else, apparently.
And with that, we turn the page. Affliction. Where do we find you in the day, and when does Affliction wake up?
Affliction doesn't sleep. Uh, she hasn't in a century. But she has her own little space. It's probably off one of the tunnels for. Is there an underground in Chicago?
Oh, absolutely. We've got a
Okay.
wonderful L station. Or L
Okay.
system.
It's just like one of the old tunnels that was kind of caved in, so you hear the sounds of the trains going by, but she's got her witchy stuff out, and she's kind of mulling over the new item that she has, and you can see her casting spells around it to get a good idea of what this thing is. And she's doesn't need to be veiled, so she'll be fully out and awares.
Ooh. Roll me a. I'll give you the choice of ego versus logic. Ego would be trying to figure this out by pure force of will. Logic would be trying to figure it out via knowledge and intelligence.
Ego for sure. She is very much more so into her magic than she is using her brain.
All right. So the target number was 12. You got a 15, and so you look at this item, and it starts to levitate in the air, and you feel the magic from it. You feel the spirit of exploration, the unending thirst for knowledge. You can feel all of humanity's curiosity welled into this artifact. It's hungry. But more than that, it contains such knowledge. It contains dark, forbidden, unknown secrets. But the trap is to reach and retrieve that knowledge. It puts you in contact with this force that seeks to consume all that you know.
Oh, she is very excited. It's exactly what she needs, and she wasn't even looking for it. How nice! What a nice little thing that's fallen in her lap. She is going to spend most of her time just trying to get at solve this puzzle.
As we see you reach out, the essence of guardians manifest, and you see the fractured soul of the hero, the explorer, standing in your way in a long line of explorers, a long line of those who swore to protect this relic, standing in your way to stop you from learning the secrets within.
You should have chose better. She starts like, go away.
I'm going to say they are stalwart and not moving. Just you try with just sheer force of will And when you reach the limits of your own power, your own will, you feel yourself lent power by your dark entity, and yet still they remain vigilant.
Troublesome. We'll have to try a different magic. And she kind of like pets nothing like around her shoulder. Um, she kind of looks back to her books and starts flipping through, trying to find the right spell.
As you're going through your books, the spirits of these guardians step in lockstep. You hear 1,000 footsteps in perfect unison, and they speak in one voice. Vile witch, you are not worthy of our secrets. You are not worthy of our knowledge. You are not. And then you hear silence. And you know that there is an entity speaking on your behalf. But there is a perfect stalemate between their powers.
Well, at least I don't bow to you. I have someone better. And we will break your code. We will figure out how to get past. It just takes time, and that is all that we have.
But it could take a little less time, don't you think? And you see a gentleman in a white robe, slicked back hair, and a golden monocle. I hope you don't mind the intrusion. I can't stand to see a fellow practitioner of the sacred arts struggling, and you look as though you might need a hand. Hello? And you see he waves at a spirit only you have ever been able to see.
And who might you be?
An interested party, one that wants a world in which we can partake in our God-given, or let's say other given abilities without worrying about restrictions and sorcerers, supreme or not.
Yes? Go on.
I have something that you might need. And I would love to give it to you. Really, really, I would. I was only given a fraction to show you that we are useful to you and your master. And he tosses you an old coin.
I see. What is it?
Why don't you ask them? And he points to the spirit of the stalwart guards.
She holds it up to them. What is it?
The hero, the explorer that you killed, his soul is already fractured, but you can hear the slow breaking of glass as you watch his already damaged soul begin to crumble and break. And the more it breaks, the hotter the coin gets. And the hotter the coin gets, the more this soul breaks until finally, as though the entire world was made of glass, you hear the shattering all around you. And that guard is gone, and so is the coin. But the others, in perfect lockstep, fill the gap that was left by that broken soul.
That was wonderful. We can break bones and bodies, but you can break souls.
They can do far more than that, but the problem is you see the sigil of the Eye of Agamemnon slowly begin to manifest. And he quickly casts a spell, and you are covered in a dome of blinking eyes. and you see from the sigil of Agamemnon, you've been alive for a very long time. You know the presence of the Sorcerer Supreme when you feel
Ugh.
it.
Hmm.
And he is here. Wong, I don't see anything, but I know something's off. And you see he's tracing magical lines all around the area that you're both in. And as he walks in the direction of the dome, he immediately appears on the other side. And he doesn't seem to realize that he was moved. Now, the man in the white robe is struggling. You can hear him straining.
Hmm.
And you see the sweat that's pouring down from his face slowly start to turn to blood. I need him to leave.
She's gonna walk over and she's gonna like place her hand on his face and like wipe some of it away. And she's gonna try to help him hold this thing open. I'll
Now,
keep it closed, I guess.
I know that this is not how the mechanics work. But fuck it. We ball.
Yeah.
You just, the other night, consumed the life of an entire person. You can tell that this spell is draining the life from this caster that is hiding you from the world's most powerful caster.
Mm-hmm. I know what I'm gonna do.
What are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
do?
reverse the spell and use it on me to him. But I'll use the other version where it's not the soul sucking, it's just the, might sucking one.
And so the remaining essence of the hero, the explorer, flows from you to this mysterious caster that is hiding you. And right when you feel the reserves of that spare essence leave your body, and the spell starts to touch on the energy of your own soul, you hear Dr. Stephen Strange go, I can't believe my sensors was wrong. Wong, I told you not to mess with the... And he just vanishes.
What a prick.
Every dimension.
You're fucking telling me. Fuck.
She, like, takes his face in her hands and she kind of like smears the blood on him a little bit. It's okay. I'll let you live.
Thanks. You think you got one more favor? You think you've got one more favor in you?
If you can show me how to break these puny souls, of course.
Well, I can't. In his hands, an invitation. But I know somebody who can.
She holds it and then looks at him like, okay, are you going to leave now?
Well, I can see I've overstayed my welcome. And he starts to walk away. And you feel malicious intent from your patron.
I would never stand in the way of my patron.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if this individual is going to notice. He's going to need to roll a 20 or higher. And he doesn't. You see, as he walks away, a claw quickly scratch just the top layer of skin on back of his neck. And it glows red. And you know that he has been marked by your master. And all you hear in the echoing tunnels is one word. Mine.
She goes and opens the letter and reads what's inside.
To our distinguished guest, your presence is desired. The Sears Tower, 7 p.m. Floor -19.
What shall we wear? That's where the panel cuts.
Perfect. Torment. Where do we find you in the day?
Well, your question for others was, when do you wake up? And,
Oh, that's a better question. I'm glad I asked it.
No, similar to Affliction, Torment doesn't fucking sleep. Torment is probably like somewhere in the alleys of Boys Town eating old frozen pizza because he's a monster.
Really quick
Just sort of-
question. Does your symbiote have a name, and does it talk to you?
The name is Torment, and it does, yes.
Okay. You know,
All right, listen.
we could kill someone with a microwave.
Oh, that sounds fun. Like bludgeoning, or like stuff their head in and then turn it on?
I could eat them, and you could eat the pizza. Warm.
That's a good idea. Ooh, I should try that next time. You're so full of good ideas.
We don't like cold food. We like it warm and
Well, yeah. Well. Listen, I have habits, and one is that frozen pizza that has been cooked and then refrigerated and then eaten is a delicacy.
we deserve
So.
better.
Oh, I agree. And we'll have it. Don't worry. We'll have it. We'll have him.
We will have him. You feel the embrace of the symbiote at the warm thought of cold murder.
It's like a blanket in fall time. I love it. But we have to be productive. We have a name. Should we visit now or later? Wait. And I'll fetch Wallace's phone and start flipping through his messages.
Oh, disgusting. Why would he send that? And without permission. Really?
Just people are fucking awful. You'll learn this soon enough.
He really needs to work on his framing.
His lighting is awful.
Well, I suppose if we were of that build, we wouldn't want the light on us either.
Entirely fair.
Poor wife. She deserves better. We did a good thing by killing him. We're heroes.
Oh, Miles would absolutely love us saying that about ourselves. Should we text him?
Oh, we should. Tell him I said hello.
Torment is going to spend the next 30 seconds writing a very sweet message to accompany a selfie with, like, the symbiote's face in frame as well. And he's like,
Thinking of you.
and he's going to send it because I feel like at some point he will have picked up Miles Morales' number just to fuck with him a little bit, and just going to send that out and see what comes back.
Oh, the reader seat. He got it. He got it.
Oh, is he typing? Is he typing? Oh, I see the 3 dots.
The 3 dots. I hate the 3 dots. I'm so anxious.
Yeah, he stopped typing. Why would you stop typing? Just keep typing.
No. Do you think it was something we said?
I thought that I worked really hard on that selfie. He's typing again.
He's typing again! Oh, it's at this point. It's at this point the symbiote goes, wait, someone's here. They're trying to interrupt our time with Miles!
I just whirl around. I don't care who the fuck it is. I'm just like, do you know how hard it was to cultivate this friendship? I swear to God!
Don't ruin this for us. We deserve a good thing. You see a woman in a white suit, slick backed white hair, and she goes, "Far be it from me to interrupt. Please continue. I just have an opportunity for the both of you, and I thought that this one talks too much."
Clearly. No, please, let's hear that douchey British accent some more. Please, whatever monologue you have, let's continue with it. It's so thrilling.
Perhaps it would be better if I had a translator. Would that work for the both of you?
We understand English.
Is she saying
It's
we
more
don't
just-
understand English? That's rude.
I think she thinks she's using bigger words than we know what they mean. And that is an insult. And that doesn't sit well with us.
No one calls us stupid. You see, she opens her palm, and the white suit, the sleeve, crawls up her hand and forms a face. It's really my accent that you have a problem with. My host is, And you see the white face on the sleeve looks at the body, who has grown far more pale, and the head is going slack.
Oh. I understand. See, I was about to say hello, naughty list, but then I realize, you haven't found your match yet. How sad.
Well, at least this host it has the courtesy of dying slowly.
Well, I suppose you only have a little bit of time left. It would be rude to vamp for any longer. Please. Yes, what is it that you were meaning to produce for us? Was it some invitation or to some gala? Would you like to offer some caviar?
I would actually like caviar.
Actually, if you have some caviar on you, that would be great right
We
now.
would like the caviar, please.
We would like... Fuck! Okay.
She just looks at both of them and just goes, "Here, please take this so that I might go."
Well, as long as we get to meet once again, possibly in the future when you fix your problem.
We'll see. She begins to walk off, and you hear your symbiote go, "That one smells funny."
Yes, I don't know that I like that one. I wonder if I'm going to kill that one before the week is out.
I would like very much to get the caviar first, though.
Well, of course.
Of
Priorities.
Tonight we eat caviar!
before I open the invitation, it's like, yes, caviar. I take the phone back out to see if Miles responded. Priorities. Friendship. Top priority.
You get a thumbs up reaction to the selfie.
Are we fighting?
I don't understand why he would be like this to us. What did we do wrong?
We have been nothing but accommodating, communicative.
Not even a heart emoji.
We are there when they have problems, and now he can't be here for when our life is going well.
The thumbs up emoji is the most passive aggressive emoji.
Mm-hmm. You didn't even take the time to look for it. It's just there in the corner of the screen. You don't even have to do anything.
Didn't even make it the black hand. It's the yellow one. He doesn't care.
We're gonna have to have a serious talk with him at some point, and he'll pocket the phone and then finally open the invitation to see what it says.
Hard distinguished guests. It's guests with the S. Your presence is desired at Sears Tower, 7 p.m. at floor -19.
Why -19? Why not just round it out and go -20?
What is a negative floor? Is that like a basement? Why not just say basement 19?
You know, that's also a valid question. And he keeps in mind the floor number as he just starts eating the paper of the invitation. Fucking unnecessary.
Save space for the caviar.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
With that, we turned the page. I'm so sorry. I didn't know how much I really wanted to play Scipio until right now, and here we are.
Oh, I love this character. I love this group so much.
Tyr, when do you wake up, my friend, and where are you?
You know, I really don't know if Asgardians need to sleep, and if they do, well, then I'm not doing that. Instead, now I've never been to Chicago, but I would we need to. We really do. I would imagine Tyr probably was stumbling around and found a certain kind of bar with a lot of guys who had a lot of Viking tattoos.
Okay, so you're on the north side.
Boom. And he's probably none too pleased. Like he'll look at them and he's like, "Is that the Vulcanite? You a fucking loser." And he is, let's just say, not leaving that bar without putting some hurt on these idiots. And I imagine we probably would cut to just a bloody pile of biker bodies, and he is just chugging whatever beer is available on tap out of a massive stein.
You don't think I want to fast forward the killing of racists, do you?
No. Let's go through this journey together.
So, you go to a bar on the north side, and, you would think, a bar open in the morning? No, but Cubs fans. So you go there, and it's a cop bar, and one of them sees Nordic tattoos, and just goes, "Part of the Brotherhood, huh?" And he rolls down his sleeve, and you see the hammer of Thor and Proud with 2 lightning bolts under it.
Okay. So I look at that. My eyebrows kind of raises up. Slowly looked him in the eye. Yeah, something like that. I'm part of a brotherhood, I guess you could say.
About time. It's good to see. It's good to see fellow kin. It's getting harder for us to be out here with all these Diversity hires. I just had
It's
8 Discord messages go off all at once. I'm so sorry. Okay, keep going.
and so there's a so Tyr kind of goes,
Yeah. It's a shame, though. There would be millions of gods in the universe, and they would each grace us with their children. Oh, what are we to do about it?
You know, I need to really get this one changed. Can you believe Thor was seen with that darky storm?
Yeah.
and I'm gonna put a hand.
Put a hand on his shoulder, slowly slide it up until I'm holding his face in my hand. And he needs to know how small he really is right now. I am 6'7", 510 pounds.
Fucking do
And
it.
I look down to him and I say, you know, my brother's an asshole. And he's a better man than you.
Telekinetic attack.
Oh, we not doing rolls, baby. This motherfucker's just dying. Tell me what this looks like. Listen, if you come to a Noir game, I need you to understand racists and cops are finna die.
Oh, how do I want to? Okay, no. I was gonna save this for a hero. I'm gonna do it now. Okay. So, when I hold his face in my head and I say,
Hi, brother. Do you feel strong right now?
Hey, listen, man. You might want to think about what you're doing. And he goes in his pocket and he pulls out a badge. Calm down. Listen, you one of those woke. What? Where you coming from, Boys Town? Just relax, all right?
Oh yeah, I know about that badge. Serve and protect. That's the funny thing. It's 3 letters, 1 job, and you failed all 3.
Boys, and you see a couple of other individuals in the bar get up. One guy does the classic breaking the beer bottle, points it at you. Listen, you can take that lefty bullshit and get the fuck out of our bar, walking, or we bury you with the others.
You wear the words of my people. You put my brother's name on your flesh and say you are acting in his name, but you don't even have an ounce of his integrity. Hold on a second. Oi, children, what day is today?
It's Thursday.
Oh, shame it isn't Tuesday. But I guess Thor owes me one.
and as I grab this man by his face, with the other hand, I do a telekinetic sphere, and you can just see rising as a telekinetic projectile soldiers who died for this country who are judging these men for failing at home. I'm talking like World War II, body parts missing, bayonets fixed, and they run them down.
The first to appear are the Harlem Hellfighters, followed shortly by the Tuskegee Airmen,
Yes.
and they tear these fucks apart.
And as I smile, holding this man's face,
Hell yeah, to the 367, 365.
I turn and I look at this man.
You know what you are? You are spineless. And I think it's time your body reflects your morals and I rip with my mind his spine from his back like I am just opening a Ziploc bag. Just and as it rips out his bag, I drop him to the ground. Bartender, one please. I'm thirsty.
You see his soul rise from his broken body, and this small man stands surrounded by the souls of better men, better soldiers. And the Valkyries come. And she says, "To Valhalla." And for a moment, this man looks hopeful. And then the Valkyries take those soldiers back home to the Hall of Heroes. And you see this incredulous look as he falls into the realm of hell, daughter of Loki.
That was fucking awesome. Just, I just needed to say that out loud.
I concur.
And yeah, I was gonna say if the Valkyries weren't gonna take the bikers to hell, I would have been like, to hell with them, as a little quip. Right.
You also notice, sadly, that the bartender was one of the many that, well, you could look at his tattoos and his broken body and see that in your rage he did not make it. Yet still a drink slides to you. And a man in a white robe, slick back white hair, golden earrings, goes, well, it's not mead, but I think it might do.
The same brother that I was talking about earlier once said his 3 favorite drinks are free, cold, and mine.
Well, then you should enjoy what you have. It is cold, it is free, and it is yours. And if you like that one, I can tell you where you can find plenty more. Passes the card to you. On top, another drink. It slides it over.
I look at them. Can I look at them and figure out who this individual is, what powers they represent?
Go ahead and roll me. Roll me a. I'll give you a choice of logic to figure it out with intelligence, or ego to figure it out via force of will off the strength of your divinity.
So he said intelligence. That'd be logic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna roll logic.
Okie dokie.
I think I did this right.
Yeah, target number was going to be 15, so you rolled 16. I will also say I will give you edge on this.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
17.
Now, is that factoring in the +7 I get for my brilliance and my level? Or not? I don't know sometimes with roll 20.
No, it's not. So it's much, much higher. Okay. Well, you notice a couple of things. You know a vessel when you see it. This is just a vessel. And there is divinity inside. To what pantheon, you are not certain. You have seen the alien known as the symbiotes, and you're keenly aware that something similar seems to be draped on this person, but it is not the work of nature. This is the work of man. And the more you study that, you realize even that spark of divinity seems artificial. A true blasphemy.
Hi there. I don't think we really know each other very well. You seem to know me in my work. If you are a wolf in sheep's clothing, that is a disrespect to many amazing wolves that I know. And I show him the charmed hand, and I know a lot of amazing wolves.
I met one just earlier today.
Oh, it's Harbinger. Is she still as beautiful as she is deadly?
After seeing her work, too close to tell.
Well, I don't know what pantheon divinity, what power you subscribe yourself to, but I am an actual god, mate. So if you're going to come, please come correct. My name is Tyr Odinson, son of the Allfather, bearer of the Hammer of Justice. Please, consider this my mead hall. I think I've earned it by blood
They look
and
around
righteousness.
and see the viscera and mess on the wall and ceilings. Well, I can't deny that.
So, since you're in my mead hall, introduce thyself by a proper title. What shall I call thine self?
The recipient.
The recipient. All right, fair enough. So we have a meeting. Is that with this letter, as an invitation? Yes?
That it is. By someone more well-versed than myself. I just do their bidding. A faithful servant.
Faithful servant. Her bidding. Who is she? Is she a goddess?
Gods are a little retro.
Oh, retro. All right. Are we to mete out a great correction of this world, or are we just going to destroy it more?
You're not the one that we need for world destruction. We have an expert that we're bringing in.
All right, then. Fine, then, recipient, keep your secrets. I'll see you later this evening.
That you will. Just kind
I'm
of
being-
steps over a couple
Yes,
of
step up. Oh, be careful of that one. He lost his entire spinal column. Oh, I'm being rude. Would you like this booze that I have procured by right and force? It's literally on the house.
Let's just say I'm saving my appetite for something a little bit more. And there's a look of almost hunger as their eyes linger on you. I'm saving my appetite for something a little bit more filling. I'll see you tonight.
Good evening, and I hope you feed until you bust. Where's the damn musician? This bar is atrocious.
You just see one gangly little guy holding an acoustic guitar going, I always get the worst gigs. Holy shit.
I looked at him and I say, "Oh no. I look him up and down. First of all, any tattoos I should be concerned about on this gentleman?
Not a tattoo. You can tell he's been scared this whole time.
I look to him, I bend down the knee and I say,
I am truly sorry for what you had to witness. You are an innocent in this matter. Can I bless you?
Okay.
I put a hand on his heart and I put a hand in the sky and I say, Brother Bragi, play some tunes. This one is worthy of your inspiration. And quite frankly, I'm bored of hearing Freebird on repeat.
And you can feel the blessing, and you see This guitarist's hands touches the fretboard as if for the first time, but in the way of a master, there's an effortlessness to it. His hands move to form the G and the C and the D and the E minor, and you hear yourself serenaded by Wonderwall. And we turn the page.
On the road again, here I go. Turn the
Today
page.
is gonna be the day with the never thought back to you. All right, so anyway,
You're in a stream full of villains.
yet I'm the worst one. No, I'm kidding.
Challenge accepted.
Oh no, Dr. Kindly,
Yes.
when do you wake up and where do we find you?
I've told you this before, that I have not the most important use of what I would do if I had time powers, but the most important one to me. Sleep! You use it for sleep!
Oh yeah.
You use compressed time, and you sleep. And then you do other things. I have many other things to do. One of the downsides of doing unsanctioned research is that it is obnoxiously hard to hire a technician, meaning I'm running a lot of assays. So that happened. I rounded on my patients, and now I am in scrubs and Crocs, and it is 6:30 a.m. I've had so much morning.
And so you get up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. And what's the first thing you see as you start the new day?
It's on my chest. And making biscuits. On me.
Oh, you gotta paint a picture with words for this cutie.
A good orange chunk.
Reminds me of my.
You might as well quantify this one in Kelvin, such an absolute unit.
You immediately feel the pressure, and then the pats.
Good morning. Yes. Another day of learning and helping people. And yes, you are going to afflict many, many birds.
You get a annoyed as it's breakfast time. Where's my breakfast?
Well, then you'll have to get off of my chest. I can't get up if you are on. And if you are on, then you will be subjected to the ultimate punishment. I will now snuggle the cat. The hungry cat that would much rather breakfast, and alas, has made the choice that snuggles truly villainous in life.
For a good 5 seconds, you're able to snuggle and there's no resistance. And you get that good headbutt. You know, that sweet headbutt. But as soon, and like as someone who can manipulate the flow of time, you feel it down to the nanosecond, to the attosecond. As soon as 5 seconds is up, starts getting wiggly, and there's a hiss.
Oh, I see. We must intensify the snuggles. That's what I'm getting from you. That's what Hiss told me.
And the hissing continues until you have snuggled them into submission. And then you just get annoyed purrs, face licks, and headbutts.
All right. Time for the meow march to breakfast. Let's go.
There is a victorious trot as they have won the war of attrition in their eyes and just prance to their dish.
There shall be wet food this morning.
There is that sweet, sweet cat spin when he sees that you've grabbed not the bag, but the can.
Do you know that you are the best mammal anywhere? I've looked everywhere at all of the mammals. I have assessed all of them, and you are the best.
Of all the powers that Dr. Kindly has, communication with animals might not necessarily be one, but for just a fraction of time, it's so very obvious that your cat looks at you as you say that. It responds with a hearty, bitch, I know. And then goes straight into eating that food.
Exactly. I should hate for truth to go unacknowledged in any domain, including the best mammal. In fact, ultimately, there will be what is the word for those tournament brackets of all eukaryotes when I entrust this cat will remain on top.
I'm so sorry. Just 1 second. We are playing a game with what we have seen to be hardcore, vicious, murderous villains. And in the chat, I'm watching them all melt and swear fealty to this cat. What the fuck happened?
Yes.
I want to be cat.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Priorities.
No,
Yes.
The god recognizes the cat. The god recognizes the cat. Yeah.
yeah. All in favor. Yeah. Yeah.
I will fight
Alright.
for the cat.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, we will all.
Settled.
This cat, man.
I'm telling you right now, if you John Wick this cat, the world's ending
If I
today.
John Wick
Oh.
this cat, Sam will come here and murder me.
I would never admit to that on stream.
I am in driving distance. I am in driving distance. It is a 3-hour train ride, motherfucker.
I
We have
need-
just met and we already such friends. Thank
I
you.
just need to
Thank
give
you.
the disclaimer that in all noir games, pets and children are immortal and invulnerable.
Good.
In fact, one of the most important things about temporal manipulation outside of the sleep thing, there's absolutely no point to time manipulation if you cannot use it to ensure your pets are eternal.
Listen, the tagline of all noir games is the cops die, the cat lives. Like, that's just the rules.
As well, this one should. This is the best cat, as previously discussed within the superset of mammals,
And he is...
which also the best.
Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. Is this cat a he cat? A she cat? I think I projected onto them.
I believe it was she.
Okay, I apologize.
We'll have to check some notes from. No, absolutely. I don't have any particular capacity to communicate in an empirically verifiable manner
Mm-hmm.
with animals, so I haven't been able to discern a gender.
Okay. Well, they are in this dish and nothing else exists. Like, until they have had their fill, there's just this sweet, sweet chicken salmon mix. Fancy feast.
Sweet, sweet cat. Very good cat.
Fancy
Did you
feast.
say he's eating fancy feast? I'm sorry. I'm going to have to hold up here. That is like the worst cat food that could be given to a cat. Just as a disclaimer, the protein levels and fat level. I won't go on a rampage, but it's much. There's something
extant
better at that. Yes.
concerns about appropriate ratios of macronutrients in order to optimize, isn't it cat's kidney health? And they already have hydration issues with which further exacerbates. The player is a dog person. This is just superficial familiarity. That's important.
I should make
You are
it
correct.
known that Tony Stark bought Fancy Feast and hired the best chefs to fix it. So
The fanciest
Okay.
feast.
All right. Okay.
Hey, Cujo, what did you think was going to happen when you were playing in the villain Marvel game? Definitely a debate on Fancy Feast.
No, to be fair, we've done two things so far: killed a butt ton of Chicago racists, and have talked about Fancy Feast for about 7
Fair.
minutes.
I call that a good Tuesday. But the cat is feasting, very happy, very satisfied. What is Doctor Kindly doing in the time in which your companion is gorging themselves?
There are some experiments I need to check up on. But I think right now I will just work up my patient notes from my rounds earlier today, which was the only part of my morning at the truly morning shift of dawn that was done at normal time speed, because that's the one where you do interact with patients, and I mean, yeah,
Okay.
you have to do that at normal speed. That's just courteous. So I have 1 rounds in the morning. Now I am back. I have napped a little bit. And now I'm going over my notes. I'm doing some dictations. I'm checking in. As you know, Mabel was admitted last night. So that's why one of the reasons I rounded early in the morning, trying to see if I saw any improvement. And now we can get some baseline liver tests, CBC,
Okay.
so on, just to see where we are now and where we might hope to improve now that environmental conditions are improved.
You immediately see an upswing in Mabel's health. I mean, it's drastic.
I hope it really hurts right now. I'm so glad she's doing better.
It doesn't hurt for her to talk anymore. And the last thing that occurred when you saw Mabel last is she smiled without effort. She laughed without effort as she said bye.
This is why we do it. This is why we help people.
So we gotta check out your experiments now?
No. Later.
Okie dokie. Where are we going?
I'm at home. I'm in scrubs. I'm in Crocs. I have a cat. I'm being very mundane this morning.
Well, you look back at the dish, and the cat's not there. And then you hear very pleased purrs coming from the next room over.
That was tricky. Who's there?
Lady in a white suit, silver earrings, monocle, slick back white hair. Oh, Dr. Kindly, lovely to see you. Oh, what is this fine individual's name? Just love scritches, doesn't they? Don't they love those scritches?
Breaking and entering, are we?
I would need to, I suppose, acknowledge the boundaries of your property in order to do that, which I don't, so I don't think that I did. What's their name?
Seems the boundaries of personal space, if not ownership. Property isn't what's relevant here. I think common courtesy would be.
What's it What did they say? Better to ask forgiveness than permission. Please forgive me. This little fellow.
I don't get the sense that you're repentant, and you are very near my cat.
I have a soft spot for kittens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I understand. As a parent myself, I mean no harm to your cat.
Good. Then I think we will both understand why I would like you to step away from said cat, who will come to you as she wills or not.
I think I upset your parent. And puts the cat
Correct.
on the floor, and the cat trots over to you. Your expertise is required, and I have an invitation for you, if you don't mind me giving it to you. Perhaps we started off on the wrong foot. My apologies for that.
Appreciated. You had my name, and I suppose you're not going to give me any more respect of sharing yours than you will respect toward my personal household boundaries?
I mean, is this even really your house?
It is my space. Do you really have nothing in which you can find peace in your solitude?
I'm here simply to do work. I think you can respect that.
You were inviting me to something.
Of course, yes. We have got a little bit of a gala, let's say. Passes you, offers an envelope.
All right. What do I see? I've gotten the visual description,
Mm-hmm. You try to get it
but
closer.
I'm going to take a moment, just study with an experienced eye the person, what I can observe.
Give me a vigilance test. Target number 14.
May I tempt you with logic?
I'll give you a logic check, but with trouble.
All right.
Just one trouble, though. Jesus!
That's the resultant number. I fixed the modifiers.
Noir went full botchamania with that Jesus.
That's a human body! Okay, fuck. Alright, you take a look at them. You are very good at what you do. You are.
I'm not looking for flattery. I just need to know what I see.
No. This is what you're very good at. What you do, and what you do is you notice the way things work.
Yes.
You're looking at the chest, and to anybody else, everything is fine. But you notice that the heaving movements going up and down, when they're talking at times, it stops as though they've forgotten to do it. You also notice that they have not blinked. Not once. The next thing that you notice, this isn't a dye job in the hair. The hair is dead. In fact, this entire body is not showing a single sign of life.
Vampire, yes.
Well, it's the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is out.
Uh-huh.
And I've come into your home uninvited, if you believe certain folklore. Should you like to test holy water?
I haven't found a difference on mass spectrometry. I'm unfamiliar how things work here in particular.
Here being Chicago or here being here?
Sure. Here. Chicago.
Well, the way things work in Chicago is you leave a piece of furniture on the street if you want to keep your parking spot. You don't put ketchup on hot dogs. We tell the tourists that we love deep dish, but truly we enjoy tavern style. White Sox over the Cubs, bear down and fuck the Packers. Was that a good enough rundown?
No, one more. Soda or pop? I was told, but it was by an unreliable narrator who will soon regret it.
It's pop if you're not an asshole.
Hmm. I should hate to drink soda. All
Well-
right.
Might I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
How did the Avengers die in your world?
A lot of ways. You're leaving now.
I suppose I am leaving now. I'll see you tonight.
Is there going to be anything interesting there? What will I learn?
Whether you have the job or not. We're bringing the very best of the very worst. There's a problem that needs to be solved.
Lead with that next time. See you tonight. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. And she like she just gives the cat like a little wave. And as if picking up on the vibes, your cat hisses. Well, goodbye then. And walks out.
Oh, it's flirt full time. I'm so proud of my cat. I'm also going to look into. Well, so it's floor -19, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the original excavation of the Sears Tower in 1970 had a foundation of 50 feet, which could only account for, well, not the other 14 stories, assuming the average story height of between 8 and 12. Sometimes they go as high as 25, but
Right.
we average on 10, give or take. That means that -19 wouldn't have been built as part of the tower in the initial construction, probably retroactive. I would work from the ground up if I wanted to be subtle, because frankly, you're in the middle of Chicago, and that just seems very obvious. So I think we are dealing with a tunnel, which would only be viable by the bored tunnel method, the more recent one, because that's the one that doesn't have the surface level disruption. So I think I'm looking for a tunnel, and I think I would like to spend some of my time finding the other entrance.
Roll me a logic with double edge target number 18.
Okay. All right, we'll hold it 26.
You start looking, you start doing your research, and you're very good at the research that you do. and everything that you just said is absolutely correct. It would not have been possible for floor negative 19 to be part of the original construction, and there has been no records of extending any additional sub levels to the tower.
It wouldn't be.
And then, whatever device you're doing this research on, turns back on, and you see, looking right back at you, Dr. Kindly. Well,
Hello, sweetie.
this was a rather clever contingency plan, if I do say so myself, and I do.
I heard you.
Couldn't go based on faith, had to go looking.
Why wouldn't I want to know? It's immaterial to whatever the purpose of the meeting is, and it's interesting.
The meeting gets messy. We find out what they want. They've somehow found a way to replicate divinity, the X gene, lycanthropy, vampirism, paranormal anomalies of all sort, and they're trying to get our research.
Good luck.
Well, I wouldn't be making a contingency if things went well, now would I?
All right, what'd we screw up? What do we learn from?
The screen goes red and you hear a gunshot. And then no more tricks, kindly.
Interesting.
And that is where we're going to take our second break. We're going to come back for the final part of our story, The Gathering. So, I truly hope that you're all enjoying this extended issue, as it were. I am truly enjoying telling this story, and things are about to get messy. We'll see you guys in just a bit. Bye! Hello, everybody, and we're back for the thrilling, or I'm aiming for thrilling conclusion to When Bad Meets Evil. Now, we're turning the page, and all of our, I'm so used to saying, all of our heroes, all of our protagonists arrive promptly. I'm assuming. You know what? That's me taking away your agency. We start with turning the page and we see floor negative 19. There is a black elevator that leads to this floor, and inside of this room there is just the individual in white. A white suit, white hair, monocle, and they stand waiting. The elevator opens, and would any of you like to be in it, or would you like to tell me where you are instead?
Torment is hanging on Tyr's arm.
Tyr, you cool with that?
100%.
How many bicep curls do you do again? I'm just curious, asking for a friend.
He does so many.
I know you're gonna hate this, but I'm Asgardian. This is natural. And I'm not even the strongest.
Maybe he's born with it, and I just go, maybe it's Maybelline.
That's what I was thinking. You get me.
Well, I'll just keep the Asgardian thing in mind. So,
I know we've only just met, but I'm pretty sure that we're about to go into a trap. I would feel
Oh, yeah.
bad if I didn't say it aloud.
fun.
Pleasure, all of you.
Oh,
Hold
it's
on.
been something.
I'm going to wait before we leave, and I'm gonna get off the elevator, but reach around and hit the up button, just in case we need a time and place to return to for later.
Okay. Well, as you're all in the elevator and going down, it feels very much like a normal elevator until it doesn't. And there's
There's the weird.
pressure. It feels like not painful, but it's almost like someone is pushing against you with a pillow. And then your ears start to pop.
I hate this
Then-
feeling.
The elevator comes to a sudden stop, opens. That's when you get out and you press the button. And you see just this large dome-shaped room. There are tables all around the bottom floor of the dome with just plethora of food and drink. Tyr, you immediately notice kegs of authentic Asgardian ale. You also notice ambrosia from Olympus. You also notice wine from Bethlehem. You also notice more and more drinks of the divine.
So I'm going to turn to everyone and I'm going to say,
I hope you know what God you pray to, because you're going to meet them tonight.
I brought mine with me.
You lovely little witch. I have no doubt of that.
Awkward. Because, about that believing in God thing,
What the fuck are we still talking for? The caviar's right there!
I imagine Torment is like yanking me down towards. You just hear, as my boots are skidding across the ground.
Oh, symbiotes. They are truly remarkable creatures.
I think he likes me.
Oh no! Back off! He's mine.
You said that about Miles. You do this every time to us.
I met him before you showed up. Therefore, we are friends. You and he are just acquaintances. That's the rules of how this all works.
Well, we met here at the same goddamn time.
Well, he looked at me before he looked at you. Now,
Oh,
didn't he?
that's hardly fair. I'm in you.
Well, I didn't make the rules, did I?
You're making it up, right? You know what? you just see Torment punch himself in the face.
Ow!
I think that's when I come in. The elevator actually comes back down. Just and the doors open just in time to see that happen.
I'm sorry.
Oh, so it's that kind of party.
Don't you do that again.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I overreact.
That's right. You do.
I got real heated in the moment.
I know you did.
We didn't.
I was there. I felt it.
I felt it too. When I hurt you, I hurt me.
Mm-hmm. No, wait.
Harbinger,
Just-
you see for a moment there is a small human girl with a veil on, smelling at you.
Hey.
What are you?
A lot of things, sweetness.
I like your scent.
Thanks. I showered.
She just stands there, like, staring up at you.
What do I call you?
You can call me Affliction.
Affliction. I like it.
Thank you.
You can call me Harbinger.
Oh, a quizzical name. What do you bring?
Affliction, the Harbinger's eyes are usually a lovely deep shade of brown, but there's a flash and suddenly they are amber gold and lupine, and she grins at you, and her teeth are a little too sharp.
Ah, lovely. I've tasted your kind's blood before. It's very sweet.
If you're going to taste my blood, could you at least ask me first?
If you would like.
Consent in all things, honey.
With friends.
Okay, who invited Underworld and the Ring?
I resemble that remark, fucker.
Eh,
No, but it's a good question, isn't it? Who invites all of us and puts that on the buffet table?
You are aware of their divine synergy, eh?
All
Is
the
it
more
tight?
so interesting. All of
not
us,
even-
respectively.
I'm not even talking about the fellow goat herders, the lovely olive gardeners, and of course, the Christians. No, I'm talking about the recipient.
Again, Gesundheit, what the fuck are you talking about, dear babe?
Well, Harbinger, sweetie, there's an entity much larger than me who is acting through, I would imagine, the same little herald that gave you all the invitation to be here, yeah?
Another one. That would be fun.
That's great. This do you like Tier, I don't expect you to be like spokesperson for all divine entities, but like what the fuck, man?
Are you all going to continue to talk to each other, or are you going to come enjoy this banquet and have a conversation with your host?
He helps those who help themselves.
Are you a fae?
Oh no.
God, I hope not.
No, I do
No.
not have patience
Dungeons
for
and
them.
Dragons too. We're fucked.
No, I'm not a fae. No. And they take a step, and the suit becomes the robe, and the short-haired woman becomes the short-haired man. And then another step, and the robe becomes the suit. And you can see that each step they become the different version of the messages that you all saw. I no Faye. I am simply the server for tonight.
So, how many of those can you change into? And can I get your number?
I change it to whatever's comfortable in the moment. And sure.
And he just like glares at Tyr like, ha, winner.
He listens to you and goes, good for you.
Well done.
Are running behind schedule. Our intruders are going to be coming any moment now, so I would very much like to tell you why you're all here, if I might.
I'm sorry, intruders?
Yes.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Is that who will have shot me?
You're going to be shot. Well, I knew you had some talent. I'm surprised that your talent is more than we scouted.
Mostly a talent in figuring out the correct grammatical constructions, but it sounds like there's some urgency here. So yes, brief us.
Right.
And then we'll figure out who we're fighting. Non-exclusively.
Well, there are certain parties that have worked to make sure that this city remains free of meddling metas. And through chaotic actions outside of our purview, we have failed thusly. There are a number of powered individuals who, through their misguided ideals, are getting in the way of progress. And in so doing, they may inadvertently allow for certain entities to enter this world, and we simply cannot have that. As we speak, one such hero has inadvertently brought a time traveler by the name of King the Conqueror to this city. We need someone to deal with these do-gooders.
Oh, why us? And why should we care?
That part, though.
Because you're all specialized in certain areas that we need secured. There are magicians amongst their number, and so we need a magician to stop them. There are gods amongst their numbers, and so we need a god to stop them. There are all manners of creatures of the night, and so we need a creature of the night to stop them. And there are extraterrestrials that have landed, and we need them dealt with as well. And as for you, we need someone well versed in destroying an entire world should we fail.
My question was, why should we help you?
Because if this entity is unleashed, you will be shown the truth, which is a terrible, terrible thing. And because we have the means to give you all what you want, your desires are simple enough. Your entity wants to be granted permission to enter this world, and so we can make that happen.
I'm in.
Awfully nice proposal.
Right, I should show you what you want. Now, it's easy enough to throw a life at you. I imagine that that's what the both of you want, but I know something that your friend would want even more. Clicks a button and a holograph appears of Roxanne with vats of symbiotes that are being genetically engineered and manipulated to make artificial symbiotes. You see the slide clicks, and then you see Stark Industries. And you see a version of the Iron Man suit that some might say is superior. That is made of all manners of nanites and organic material, as though someone took the qualities of a symbiote and artificially remade it.
Oh.
Oh.
There are small bits of symbiote that are like vibrating and slowly like reaching out of his skin in pure anticipation.
While we are aware of the unethical treatment of the symbiotes, there are some benefits to the research done. But wouldn't you like to get your hands on the people that made that decision in the first place?
All right, you have my attention. You have our attention now.
I want their fucking heads in our belly.
He made a funny.
And as for you, Tyr, God of Justice, what if I were to tell you of the greatest injustice ever done? What if I were to show you a sin so great that the sheer scope of it might be too much even for the mind of a god?
I have sat and watched next to Heimdall for almost millions of years. If there is a secret in this realm across the Nine and the Star Ocean, then it is only held by you and my father. And if my dad knows it, I will rip it from the one eye he's got left. But if you know it, that might save me a trip.
Your father is a paper god. Your father is a child. Your father has no power in comparison to the knowledge that I have. Thousands of men have died to acquire this knowledge. It is why we know that this entity is such a threat in the first place. Your power, this world, all of it, meaningless in the face of the true injustice. Much research power has gone into acquiring the information that we offer you today. Infiltrating the organizations of the world's most powerful men was child's play in comparison to what we needed to compel you to join our cause. And through all that effort, through all that pain and suffering, we were only able to acquire 2 letters. But these 2 letters are attached to the greatest injustice we have ever known. And while we can't decipher its meaning, we believe deep down that you might understand. She gets close to you and whispers in your ear, P.J.
All right, then. You have my attention. And you have my promise. If you can give me one last thing, then you will have my servitude.
Name it.
There's a very specific tree my father is keeping from his children. You grant me that tree. Well, like I said, and then you'll have my servitude. But then also have my freedom.
consider it done.
A deal's a deal. I'll do this. You'll give me this information and more, and the tree. Together, we will fix, or nay, destroy what is broken.
A god bends a knee. This is important.
Gotta say, that kind of caught me for a loop, too.
Say that again.
And now, you, Harbinger. There are a number of things that we could give you.
Such as.
The name of the one who gave you your gift. But that's...
The cocky, insolent smile drops immediately. Truly?
That's just the appetizer. You were turned for a purpose, and every day since you've served it unwittingly. Every one of those badges was a hit, was a command, was an order. Wouldn't you like to know who's sicking you?
You're telling me someone's got me on a fucking leash?
Since the day you first howled at the moon. But alas, we've run out of time. They do like to make a dramatic entrance, don't they? And then a cloud of smoke, and hanging onto the ceiling you see the armored individual in silver, white, and black, the hero known as the Saint. Well, look at what I found in the Viper's Nest.
It's quite cozy down here. You should come down and take a load off.
I'm going to take far more than that. Roll initiative.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Motherfucker.
Gotta figure out how to roll initiative. Go to my character sheet.
Top left, baby.
Yep, click that
Turn
initiative.
around, all you gotta do is click that roll button next to initiative.
Okay, so my
Oh, that's
vigilance
right.
5, so that makes a total of 21. No. It was totaled. I think it's totaled.
Yeah, it goes to total at the bottom of the thing.
Okay.
Does anybody have a D6 on them?
I do.
Yes.
We need-
Please go ahead and roll that for me.
Roll low.
I rolled a 1.
Ah!
Hey, yo.
I don't know what that means, but I rolled a Uno.
I don't like that face, Noir.
Okay, oh boy. Alright.
Obviously, it means that we all just kick his ass.
Toads.
Clearly.
Right.
Just give me just a second here.
I'm gonna play Tears fight music in my head.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna call your name. You're gonna tell me what you got on the initiative, okay? So, Harbinger, what'd you get?
11.
Affliction, what'd you get?
17.
Dr. Kindly, what'd you get?
23.
God damn.
Torment, what'd you get?
17.
Tyr, what'd you get?
16.
Alright. Now, there's a mechanic in this game called team maneuvers. Uh, you can have a offensive team maneuver, a defensive team maneuver, or a utility team maneuver. Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of this even though you're not technically a team, but as a group you have to decide if you want a offensive, defense over or utility maneuver.
Best offense is a good defense.
I bring utility.
I like hurting people.
Well, that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, I think overwhelming force with overwhelming numbers may be the best way to survive this fight quickly.
It's possible, yeah.
Okay.
Can we get? No, I think part of quickly. I can work utility into an offensive maneuver. No, I know how to do
we're
that.
choosing offensive?
It sounds like it.
Okay.
I think so.
Shockingly, the villains choose violence.
I am going to tell you what your team maneuver is. It's called Bad Meets Evil.
Hmm.
If when you choose to use this maneuver, in the round that you use it, if one person misses an attack, another player can attack in their stead.
That's beefy.
But you have to agree as a team when you're going to use it. Okay?
Okay.
Bet.
All right. So, that said, now it's the Saints roll, and he rolled a 15.
Ass. Sorry, I'm mad about my initiative. I have a fucking edge, and I rolled the same goddamn thing both times.
You know, it'd be like that. Dr.
Noah.
Kindly, you tell me first off why you're going so quickly. Like, tell me why you're going first.
I do think I had the most forewarning. And I was not being pitched to or tempted, which gave me a lot of time to develop some situational awareness and anticipate.
Okie dokie.
I've been scanning this environment pretty much since we got here.
And it's almost like you could tell you were next to be pitched to, but then, boom, this happens, and it is your turn. Tell me what you'd like to do.
I think this has all come as quite a surprise to my allies, and we could all really use some time to think about it. I'm timeout, Bubble.
Okay, and if I could just have you put that
We are
power
all
in
speed.
the chat.
Absolutely. Let me scroll. There are quite a few of these.
I have so much power. All right, so for our viewers, timeout bubble. The character creates a time bubble that affects themselves and any chosen allies within one space per rank. Within the bubble, the character and those allies can act normally while everyone else seems to be frozen in place. And this costs 15 focus per round. So,
Yes.
everything goes still. You see the saint getting ready to attack, and you see the recipient standing there watching. And though the recipient isn't moving, their eyes are following along. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's me being helpful. I'll use my movement to investigate around the room a little bit more. Again, just physically inspecting the surroundings.
Okay.
Taking a look. I have the time. We all have the time now.
Go ahead and roll me a vigilance check for your investigation. You do see some useful environments. That could be some environment obstacles and things that can be useful in combat. You do see a power source. You do see that there is a small armory tucked away behind some of the tables. More than that, you do see that there are cameras about, and something that I'm not sure that Dr. Kindly is well versed in magic, but you're seeing something that you would assume is a material used for scrying. It just has all of the classic, like it's basically a crystal orb. Um, Other than that, you get a real close look at the Saint. You see that they are decked in weaponry. And with the 22, I will say that you see what appears to be a handprint on the chest plate of the Saint that appears to be glowing slightly. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'll call out what I've observed to my allies, but they can now also act.
Yep.
They are not the ones frozen. I think it suffice it
Mhm.
to say. Have fun.
In that case, that'll bring us to
Enjoy weapons.
Affliction and Torment. You both rolled the 17, so you can go at the same time.
This hand that they point out, do I recognize this as a magical thing or a divine thing?
I'm not gonna make you roll. As you're kind of getting a look at it, you hear one word: runner.
Do I know what that is?
I would say you would know that there is a new spirit of vengeance who is a speedster.
Ah. Do I think that this is him, or is this he is also with this person? I don't know
Roll
who
me.
it is.
Oh no, you're fine. This is Noirvel no OC baby. Go ahead and roll me logic. This is gonna be a target number 14 logic check with double edge,
Non-combat.
non-combat. It's a
8.
fantastic. Okay, which means that it's a critical. This is a spirit of vengeance that is also a mutant. This is a fairly new Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
What you see on the Saint is a mark of the Ghost Rider.
Ah,
This is
I see.
the mark of someone who hell wants to take back.
Oh, beautiful. Then I shall give it to them. I'm going to pull out my Hellfire chains and try and grapple him.
Go ahead. You're rolling with triple edge because they are frozen in time. You need to hit a 17.
All right. That's
Hellfire chains. The character summons chains covered in hellfire and can use them to bind or smash targets. They can attack anyone within 10 spaces per rank and line of sight. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's fucking go, babes.
On a success, the target takes regular health damage. On a fantastic success, the target is grabbed and paralyzed too. If the target is grabbed by the Hellfire chains on each subsequent round, the character can make an ego check against the target's resilience, and they take regular damage and focus damage as well. Okay, you don't forget you have triple edge, so if I were you, I would re-roll that 3 times to see if you could get a Marvel die.
Okay. No.
Oh, don't you have to click?
Click? What am I clicking?
So you hover,
so you
over
hover
the
your
4 and you press the edge button.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's better, but it's not Marvel,
It's
but
not
it's good.
Marvel. So you get 2 more times.
Okay.
Come on, big money. Big money.
1 more.
Come on.
Okay.
Damn it.
Only a 20.
You see the Saint completely frozen, wrapped in hellfire chains. Um,
Oh, yeah. Can I describe what happens?
absolutely. But first, roll me
Yeah.
your ego damage.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys see this little thing. She pulls back her veil, revealing a kind of twisted up face. The skin is cracked. And she raises her hands up, and as she does, the smoke behind her billows up, and a form surrounds her as the form of Beleth leans over her, and his wings extend out beyond, sort of scraping the edge of the time bubble. This being that's like 8 feet tall is just like he's kind of genied, so like his bottom half really is not like hanging down. But as he bends over her, she like grabs his hands and then whips out these chains and like slacks them around him and like pulls tight.
Oh my. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
She says,
He'll be immobilized for a short period of time. Please do your things.
Torment that's you. It's your turn.
Torment, at seeing the saint standing there, basically helpless, I am going to. Yeah, I'm going to first off activate my attack stance. And that, for anybody who's seen Hemlock Grove, looks like his mouth opens and just more and more and more of this symbiote crawls out until it completely covers his form and it bulks up a little bit, and streaks of purple replace the veins that are visible on his body, and those two flayed marks around his eyes turn bright white, and his smile extends up past where his ears would be, as you see
me in all my glory, baby.
I love
now
this table.
attack stance does say that the action type is standard. Does that mean that it just takes my turn to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that
all right.
means the only thing you can do now is either a action or a reaction, so long as the reaction conditions are met.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, learning a new system is great. Let's see. Sorry.
Oh,
Actions.
you have nothing to apologize for. You doing just fine, sweetie.
Okay. Well, so if I can do, so you said I could do an action or a reaction.
A movement or a reaction.
Movement or reaction. Okay.
Mhm.
Then, if that's the case, just as sorry, I'm holding back a sneeze. If you're wondering why I'm doing
no,
this,
you're
I'm trying not to sneeze into the microphone. Just as soon as you see Torment in all of his fucked up symbiotic glory, you watch the entire form, and then the symbiote appears over the saint as he manifests and starts falling down, and his next action is going to be a fucking huge clock to the side of his chin.
Motherfucker, did
Teleport,
you just teleport?
baby.
Oh my god, teleport. Symbiote? Okay.
Yep.
I'm fucking here for it. Let's goddamn
Fucking
go.
love it.
Tyr, it is your turn.
Okay. Something I need to know, storyteller. Does the rider need to breathe?
You are a god, so I am going to say this is going to be a logic check 20, but you do get edge on it.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You are Tyr, god of justice, and the Ghost Rider is the spirit of vengeance. I do
Yes.
believe those two things correlate, so I am going to give you double edge.
Right. Thank God for my godly physique.
I try to keep it
legit-
fair.
Which legit, that's the thing. If I am a god of something, I get edge for
Mhm.
that. So let's see. That's not very good. I'm gonna definitely need to roll one of those edges.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not. It's getting there. I guess I'm gonna roll this one. Okay, that's better. So that is going to be a total of 18. You said it's DC 20.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my reaction to do a fun little ability I have called Instant Replay. Uh, Once per battle, the character can make a second attempt at a check that they just failed, erasing and replacing the first attempt entirely.
Have you failed yet? Have you added your brilliance?
I believe. Oh, my brilliance. If I have my brilliance, that is a 20 on the dot. Thank you for
Okay.
reminding me of that.
Okay. You recall, and the thing that you know is that even the gods fear the runner, or the spirit of vengeance, to be more specific. The runner does not need to breathe. The runner does not need to eat. The runner does not need to sleep. The runner needs vengeance. The host, however, does need to eat, sleep, breathe. So if one were to be able to separate the spirit from the host, well, that might make things a mite bit easier.
All right. So, since we're in this time bubble, you're going to start to hear a war drum. 20, 30, 50, thousands of war drums from eras long lost. A cold sea breeze is going to splash against me. And as that happens, that nice suit with the fur just transforms into the chainmail across the arms, the war paint and runes, the waist wrap, the greaves, and on my back, literally glowing like a lighthouse, is the symbol of Tyr. My hair that was in a nice little bun is now, nice little man bun is now like war braided. And I look up to him. I say to everyone, if you can find a way to rip that mortal out of that god, I have a way to end this fight quickly. And with that, I'm going to start, my eyes are going to start glowing blue. And I'm going to clap my hands together as I start to chant, I have been alive for millions of years in different realms of the cosmos. I have stepped foot as home on rocks in the star ocean. And I open now a portal to 1969, where I once stood in the sea of tranquility. You think you know God? Motherfucker, I give you Luna the moon. Give me the mortal soul, and I will bury him in a rock in the sky. And I activate Time Portal.
And the saint is gone. Now, and don't think I forgot about you, Harbinger. I didn't. The thing is, I had you all roll a d6 at the beginning of this. Tia, I think there might be some confusion. See, I think that you think that the saint is the runner. And with the saint being gone and banished, that is when you see a pillar of flames appear. And in fatigues stands a beast of a man, wreathed in flames. You see the prosthesis on his feet, jagged and sharpened. The skull floating floating atop the military uniform. The coldness in the middle of the inferno of his eyes. He looks at where the saint once stood. My soul, my sin. Your It's terrifying how quickly he goes from standing still to vibrating. The room, the temperature in the room rises significantly. And he's going to attack. Now, the question to be asked is which one of you has the greater sin?
Hi, darling.
Sin according to who? I've been killing longer than you have, to be fair.
I don't sin, darling. I just create better justices.
Well,
I'd like to think my sins are nice and creative, but no, that's fine because you're doing it longer. That's fine.
I mean, if you want to take the hit, absolutely. No,
Bring
please.
it.
I think the only fair way to do this is with a roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is dealer's choice. 1, 2, Harbinger. What is your greatest sin?
No. Oh, I gotta do it.
Storyteller, you say that like I should be ashamed, but the blood that stains my hands will likely never wash itself away.
I am making an executive decision. And this is how the story is going to end for tonight.
Uh-oh.
The runner runs to you and picks you up effortlessly and begins the penance stare. He sees every badge you collected. Now the thing is, and this is canon, the penance stare only really works if you feel bad about it. What we see on the page is every cop killed. But he sees the context. He sees why every one of them was killed. He sees the kid being harassed. He sees the families being bullied. He sees the impoverished being intimidated. He hears the words eminent domain. He hears the words stop and frisk. He sees the history of redlining. He hears all of it. And what you all see is Harbinger thrown aside. Not you. The last panel is just a close-up of the runner's eyes and the words, you. And that is where we will end our story for today. So sorry for having this.
Bad time, bad time, bad time.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Not so sorry for running long, guys. I truly I self-indulged on this table. Each one of these players is immaculate and brought something so unique and special that I couldn't stop. So I'm going to stop hogging up time and let's start hearing some goodbyes. Who would like to go first?
I'll go. I'm unmuted. Hello. I'm LB Hackup. You can find me at LB Hackup on the Twitters and the Twitches. You can also the Twitters and the Instagrams. You can also find me on Hack Recklessly on Instagram or on Spotify and YouTube and Twitch. We'll be live on Friday streaming something. I don't know. The new Dead by Daylight stuff came out, so maybe I'm streaming almost every day this week. So check my Twitter for that stuff. And yeah, I'll popcorn it over to Cujo.
Hello, no, I'm just kidding. Hi, everybody. I am Cujo. You can find me at Cujo Plays Games or at Crit Hit Chronicles, unless it's Twitter, in which case it's Crit Hit Chron, for as long as we have replies and likes and forwards and whatever bullshit.
I roll my
Anyway,
eyes and they're gonna get stuck.
You can find me Wednesday nights over at Nerd Immersion. We are playing D&D 5th Edition. Myself and LB are in attendance. This Thursday is the finale of D Plus Ultra, our My Hero Academia themed miniseries featuring LB Hackemup and some fantastic players. I might already be working on a season 2 at some point because we may have another player who's interested. But future projects on August 15th is going to be the launch of the Tales of the Valiant. We are going with a sponsored by Kobold Press campaign. So tune in for some 5e goodness. And yeah, you know what? Maybe, why not? Also, keep an eye out for Shadows over Baldur's Gate, another fantastic campaign that will be starting relatively soon, featuring our wonderful Laura Tutu and our wonderful PJ McGaw. But in the meantime, that is me, and I'm going to give it to Laura.
Hi, hello, good evening, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me all over the internet, usually some iteration of Laura _Tutu. You might just have to throw an underscore at the beginning and the end of that, depending on where you're looking for me. I have been your werewolf, the Harbinger. And when I'm not here being a smartass, you can find me being a smartass over with the folks at Queen's Court Games. Specifically in our multi-award-winning Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle of the All Night Society, also featuring our buddy PJ here. Our season 3 interludes have just begun. First and foremost, you get to meet my dear gangrel Calamity in the mountains of West Virginia circa 1979. It's on Spotify now. As Cujo said, you'll find me on Crit Hit Chronicles starting soon TM. Other than that, you can usually find me hanging with the folks at Obsidian Brews, the all-black tabletop collective, where we tell stories for the culture. Other than that, I'm going to be doing some con things and some LARP things, so keep an eye on my socials. And Sam, go!
Hi, I'm Sam DeLevin. Well, today I used science for evil. You can find me other places on the internet talking to you about all the ways people in real life are using real science for good and for discovery about the world that we live in and about our entire universe. I do science communication, and we just found out that Mercury has like a miles deep layer of diamond in it. That and more is available on my YouTube channel, May Contain Science, youtube.com/@Delevely, DELEVELY. I will be back on the internet this Saturday with Noir playing Baldur's Gate once again. So if you enjoyed Noir, and you did, we all know that, catch more Noir alongside me this Saturday on twitch.tv/Delevely, Saturday at 9 a.m. And PJ, bring it home.
Hi, everyone. My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ McGaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. You can find me, confront me, and let's have fun. And when I'm not here with these amazing players geeking out because I'm getting like half the references and I'm like, oh my God, you can find me on Credit Chronicles this Thursday as we have the freaking My Hero Academia D Plus Ultra. I play Paul Preston. It's basically a Green Lantern ripoff, and I'm having the time of my freaking life. You can also find me and Laura, and of course Critic Chronicles and Cujo with their amazing Shadows of Baldur's Gate. I'm looking forward to an action. We are be doing Tambo Bruja Vampire is going to be probably trying to do some stuff there as well. What other crazy things do I have going on? I am currently in pre-production for a stream about a book I wrote. If you like Pathfinder, if you like mechs, then check out Mech Finder, Universe of Mech and Magic when it comes out. Details as I can, as well as other book projects and other streams that I will let you know when I can tell you more about them. Until then, I hope to see you at Big Bad Con, and I hope to see you more on the internet or Mysticon. I love you all. And without further ado, please, to the amazing storyteller that brought this insane adventure together, Noir, take it away.
Hello, everybody. I've been your storyteller, Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It means the world to me that you stuck around and checked out the story. Noirvel 312 is a passion project of mine, and I hope to bring you many more stories like this, bringing some really good friends of mine together to meet each other for the first time and to tell kick-ass stories. Now, there's a little bit of a tradition that we have with Noirvel, where at the end of our stream we get ourselves a little bit of a stinger, and here it is. We see an older woman walking in the dark alley to see a fallen police officer with a hole in his chest. Well, I think we found them. Yeah, something doesn't feel right in the air. You're not worried, are you? Mama Bishop, you know I'm fine. But we gotta take care of our own. 'Cause this one sure as shit don't know what she's doing. Okay. Hellfighters, we don't die. And you see the silhouette of 6 individuals turn into a pack of wolves and run into the direction of the Sears Tower. And that's where we're going to end our story. Thank you for hanging out with us. Love you all so dearly. Take care of yourselves, each other, and your table. Bye.